This conference will now be recorded.
Hope it's audible. Okay, right. Right. So yesterday we have discussed a view cluster, right? And we have seen the introduction of what search help. So let's see one more example on search help. So what is a search help here? Search help is used for what? It is used for what? Providing custom F4 help. Okay, search help is used for providing custom F4 help. Okay, so already we know how to associate F4 help in case of what selection screen. So let's see how to create search help. So it is a reusable dictionary object. So when I say reusable dictionary object, once a search help is created, we can attach this search help. We can associate this search help at a different levels in what SAP. Okay, so we'll see what are those different levels. So first let us create the search help. So there are two types of search helps: elementary search help and what collective search help. Elementary search help and collective search help. Okay, so let me show you one simple example. Suppose I'll just create a report program. Yeah, Z test search help. Use search help. So type of program is executable program. I'll save it in the local object. Right. Let me open one table. I'll open KNA1 table. Right. So in this KNA1 table, what is the primary key field? Customer number is the primary key field. And yeah, if you see the customer number, what is the data element of this customer number? KUNNR. And there is another field, land one. Okay, it is not a primary key field, it's a normal field. The data element of this field is land1 underscore GP. Okay, now what I'll do is, as part of my report program, I want to refer to this particular customer number field. So what you'll do, we'll say parameters p underscore customer number type. Okay, I can refer to data element, or I can say table name hyphen field name. So I'll say type kna1 hyphen customer number. Okay, so when I execute this, right, so this is my selection screen, and you can see here for this input field we are getting an icon here. This indicates that this input field is having what? F4L. If you get this icon, it indicates that we are having what? F4L for this particular field. So when I press F4 here, I can click on this, or I can press F4 key. So when I press F4 key, then we are getting what? Some search help. Okay, so when I continue, I'll get the list of what? F4 values. We are getting the list of F4 values. Okay, keep that in mind. Now similarly, one second. Yeah, so here I'll say parameters p underscore land1 type kn1 hyphen land1, and similarly I'll say parameters p underscore name1 type kn1 hyphen name1. Okay, so press when I execute this, now when I press F4 here, we are getting the F4L for customer number field. Similarly, I'll put the cursor in land one. Here also we are getting this icon. I'll press F4. Okay, we are getting what? This list of what? F4 values. We are getting the list of F4 values. Done. Similarly, I'll press F4 here. Okay, I'm not getting any F4L. So why we are not getting the F4L means C is. If you see this Kunnar, what is the data element? KUNNR. If I double click on this, now at the data element level, okay, at the data element level, if you go to further characteristics tab, we are having something called a search help. We are having the search help. So there is some search help attached to this data element. There is some search help attached to the data element, what KUNNR. Similarly, if I double click on this data element land1 underscore GP, for land1 underscore GP data element also, there is some search help attached. Okay, done. Similarly, I'll double click on name1 underscore GP. There is no search help attached at the data element level. So what is happening here? Since there is no search help associated with this particular field data element, I am not getting any F4 help for that. Okay, so the requirement now is what? We need to provide what? F4 values. Okay, already for this we are having what? F4 help. So if the search help is attached at data element level, what is the meaning? Wherever we refer to that field, in all the places we will get the search help. Okay, will in all the places we'll get the F4 values. Okay, suppose for this field kn1 for name1, there is no search help attached here. There is no search help attached. So what I want within this program, I want the F4 value. So what we have to do, already we know this. We handle a event called as what? At selection screen, what? On value request for what is that field? P underscore name1. Inside this event, if you remember, we used to call a function model f4 if underscore in table value request. Okay, so I'll just give a message what? Some f4 help for what? Name1 type what? Information message. So when I execute this, okay, so if I press F4 now, you can see we have the icon here. When I press F4, I got the message. So I'm attaching what? I'm attaching what? F4L for that particular name one. Similarly, here I'll say P underscore Kunnar. Okay, F4L first. I'll give some meaningful information. Kunnar for type I. So already for this particular customer number, there is one search help attached at the data element level. So by default, we will get that particular search help. Now at the program level, I am handling my own F4 help. So when I execute this, when I press F4 here for this customer number, I got what? Custom F4 help. So preference is always given to what? Local search help. Preference is always given to what? Local F4 help. Understood? Already this particular field data element is associated search help. We'll get the default search help. If the requirement is we should suppress that and associate your own F4 help in a specific object, we will handle this particular event. So what is the understanding here? If you attach the search help at the data element level and wherever we refer to that field, you will get the default F4 help. Okay, in your selection screen level, if you want to associate your local search help, then local F4 values, then we have to handle a event called as what? At selection screen on value request. Okay, so now what I'll do is, so what is understanding? Just like we have standard database tables, standard what? Type groups, standard table types, standard structures. Okay, we have standard search helps provided by what? SAP. Standard search help provided by SAP. Now my requirement is I want to create my own custom search help. I want to create my own custom search help and attach that search help at different levels. Okay, so just to understand the concept, what I'll do is, let me quickly create one table. Okay, in that particular table field I want to attach the search help. Okay, I can take the existing tables, but going forward I'll discuss collective search help. So that is the reason I require the table. So I'll quickly create the table. I'll give the table name as something z abap underscore team. It's already there. Good. Yeah, it's already there. Z abap underscore team. Right. So we have MANDT, EMP underscore ID, EMP underscore name. It has got 3 columns. Now let me double click on this EMP underscore name. Yeah, it's already there. Okay. So 1 second, please. Yeah. So just here, I'm having a table z abap underscore team, which has got some 3 fields: MANDT, EMPID, EMP name. If I double click on the data element z emp underscore id, there is no search help attached at the data element level. In the further characteristics tab, there is no search help attached. Similarly, I'll double click on this one. There is no search help attached at the data element level. Now my requirement is, okay, so this is my table. Let me refer to the field called as what? EMP underscore name. So in my program, let me comment all these things, or let me remove it. I'll say parameters. What is that? P underscore e name type. What is the table name? Z abap underscore team hyphen what? EMP underscore name. So I'm referring to a field called as what? EMP underscore name of the table Z abap underscore team. So when I execute this, right? So I'll press F4 here. Just try to understand. When I press F4, I'm not getting any F4L. So what is my requirement? I want to attach the F4L for this particular field. Now, depending on the requirement, we need to what create that. Suppose if the requirement is you want the F4L only in this particular program, if you want the FRL only in this particular report program, what you will do? Already we know we handle an event called as what? At selection skin on value request. Inside that event, we'll call the function model F4 if in table value request. Before calling that function model, we'll prepare an internal table containing the list of F4 values, and then we'll pass that internal table to that particular function model. But my requirement is wherever I refer to this field in my project, wherever I refer to this field in my project, in all the places, I want the F4 values. So since it is not local to this report, since the requirement is global, since the requirement is global to the project, what you will do, you'll create a search help and then attach that search help to the data element level. Understood? So when do we go for attaching the search help at the data element level? If you want the F4 help to be used across the objects, okay, if you want the same F4 help to be used across the object, then instead of developing it locally in every program, create the search help and attach that search help at the data element level, right? So now when we create the search help, we should decide whether you want to provide one input path or multiple input path. Okay, let me go for only one input path. So what I mean to say one input path and multiple input paths is here. Suppose in the same example, I'll say parameters p underscore kunnar, type what? KN1 hyphen kunnar. So when I execute this, for this Kunnar, we are having the F4L because might be there is some search help attached to the data element. We have seen that. So when I press F4 here, observe this, we are getting multiple tabs here. Which tab is highlighted here? Customers by company code is highlighted. I'll choose customers general. Okay, so these are nothing but called about multiple input paths. Customers by country, customers by company code, like this. What? Customer by personal number, it seems. Like this, I can have what? N number of what? Input paths. So why So here, what is the understanding? We are having what? Multiple paths here, multiple tabs. So let me navigate to the KN1 table. So if you go to the KN1 table, yeah, if you go to the data element level of Kunnar, you can see in the further characteristics, there is one search help attached. There is one search help attached. If I double click on this search help, what is the type of search help here? Collective search help. So collective search help is attached at what? At what? Data element level of what? Kunnar. That's the reason wherever I refer to that field, we are getting what? Multiple input paths, because collective search help is what attached to that particular data element. So in my case I want to create the search help, and I want to create a what search help which has to be used in what multiple objects. So I am going to attach that search help at what data element level, and I want to provide only one input path. So since I want only one input path, I'll go for what elementary search help. So the difference between elementary and collective is elementary will provide only one input path, whereas collective is a combination of what? Elementary search help. Collective search help is a collection of what? Elementary search help. Each elementary search help will provide one input path. So in the SC11, I'll choose search help. Let me provide the search help name. So I'll give the search help name as something ZENM underscore elementary search help 1. Some name I am giving ZENM underscore ESP1 elementary search help 1 create, right? So when I click on create, it is asking the type of search help. Let me choose what? Elementary search help. I'll give a short description, some description, done. Okay. Then in the definition tab, excuse me, in the definition tab, it is asking the selection method. Selection method means selection method can be a database table, or it can be a database view, or it can be a help view. Okay, so when do we go for database table? When you want the values to be considered only from single table, we'll go for a database table. If you want the data to be populated from multiple tables, you'll go for a database view or help view. Database view will use inner join. Help view will use what? Left outer join. So as of now, let me choose a selection method as the table name. What is my table name? Z ABAP underscore team. Z ABAP underscore team. Before that, one second. If I open that particular table, Z ABAP underscore team, does this table contains any data? If I go to contents, yes, it contains some 5 records are there. It contains some 5 records. Done. So I'll give the table name as Z ABAP underscore team. So I'm giving what here? Database table name. So the data will come only from that particular table. Done. Selection method means from where you want to get the F4 values. That is the meaning. Okay, done. And there are many things here not required. I'll just give the selection method, then scroll down. Okay, this search help exit again, this will come in enhancements when we go to cross applications. This is a part of cross applications. Done. Search help parameter. Search help parameter. Search help parameter means what is the selection method I gave here? Z ABAP underscore team. So search help parameter, if you browse this, it is showing me the fields of that particular table. What are that? EMP underscore ID and EMP underscore name. So I'll choose what? EMP underscore name. So when I choose EMP underscore name, you will get the data element of that particular field. Select the import and what? Export, and you have to give the positions here. Okay, I'll explain this position when I go to collective search. Just ignore it. I'm giving 1 and 1 here. Import and what? Export. Import means it has to show me the values. Export means the selected value should be returned back. Okay, import means when I press F4, it has to show me the list of values. In that list of values, if I choose any entry, it should return that value. That is nothing but export. Done. I took this EMP underscore name, save it. So what is the meaning of this search help parameter EMP underscore name? it will show me all the employee names. It will show me all the employee names. Okay, check it, activate this. Done. So my search help is created. What is the search help name? ZENM underscore ESP1. So what is my requirement now? In my project, wherever I refer to this table field, in all the places I want the F4 help. So what you have to do now? Attach this search help at what? Data element level. So let me go to the table. Okay, in this table, this is a field, this is a data element. Let me double click on the data element. Okay, now at the data element level, I'll open it in editable mode. Since it is a custom data element, I can make the changes. I'll open in editable mode. Yeah, it is asking me in the further characteristics, it is asking me the search help name. What is the search help name? ZENM underscore ESP1. ZENM underscore ESP1. Done. It is giving an information message. Search help assignment is incomplete. Name or parameter is what missing. So I need to give what? I need to give the parameter here. So if browsers, okay. So I'll just choose this entry. Done. Let me search help parameter here to give. What is the search help parameter? EMP underscore name. Save it. Check for the syntax. Activate this. Done. So search help is attached at what? Data element level. Now, yeah. Now if you go to this report, yeah, in this report you can see earlier we didn't add any F4L for this. So now when I execute, yeah, you can see now. You can see now it is not showing me the icon, but when I press F4, okay, when I press F4, right, it is showing me what? The list of what? Values. I'll choose Manish here. I got Manish. Okay. Now let me go to the other program. This is another program. Yeah, in this program also, I'll refer to that field. Param Parameters p underscore ename type what? Type what? Z ABAP underscore team ABAP underscore team hyphen. What is the field name? EMP underscore name. So this is another program. In that program also I'm referring to that field. So when I execute now, yeah, you can see now we are getting the icon. We'll get the icon. Sometimes it will not show, right? So I'll press F4 now. I'll press F4. I'm getting the list of values. So where in whichever program, in whichever object I refer to that particular table field, I'll get the F4 values because I've attached the search help at what? Data element level. And here you can observe we are getting what? Employee name. We are getting the employee name. Now what I'll do is let me go back to my search help. This is my search help. So this search help is attached at what? Data element level, and I refer to that field in multiple programs. In all the programs we are getting the what? F4 values. Now I will modify this search help. I'll open this search help. ZNM underscore ESP1 change. Yeah. So in the definition tab, I gave the search help parameters what? EMP underscore name. I gave 1 and 1. Now let me choose another parameter emp underscore id. I'll choose employee id and employee name. Okay, or else you'll get confused. I'll discuss this later on. Let me just remove this. Yeah, so I'll come back to this later on. So what I did here, I created an elementary search help and I've attached that search help at the data element level so that wherever we refer to that object in all the places you'll get the F4 values. Now what I'll do, let me go back to my what? The data element. This is my data element. Let me double click on this. I'll open it in editable mode. I'll remove the search help. I'll remove the search help. Done. I'm removing the search help from the data element level. We're done. Done. Okay. So now I'm having two programs. Okay. Z test search help one is one program. What is the other one? Yeah. Z test search help is another program. So in both the programs, I'm referring to what? P underscore what? E name. This one, EMP underscore name, I am referring in both the programs. So my requirement now is here. When I execute this program, okay, I'll press F4 here. It is showing the icon because it is not yet removed from the buffer, but you can see here, even though it is showing the icon, when I press F4 here, I'm getting the message what? No input help is available. Okay, so I'm not getting any F4 help. Done. Let me go to the other program. I'll press F4. I'll press F4, right? What happened here? No input help is what? Available. Understood? So we are not getting that. Now my requirement is in this program, I want that search help to be attached. What is that search help name? ZENM underscore ESP1. So how do we attach the search help to a particular selection screen input fields here? This is my selection screen field. I'll say as part of my parameter statement, I will use the statement match code object. Match code object. What is that name? ZENM underscore ESP1. Okay, so as part of my parameter statement only, I am saying what? Match code object so and so. Let me check whether I'll get the F4 values or not. Right, so I'll press F4 now. Yes, I'm getting the what? F4 values, which is part of that particular search help. Done. Okay, I have attached. So we understood how to attach the search help to the data element level, how to attach the search help to the particular selection screen input field. Now in this program also, if you want that search help, what you can do? Yes, you can say what? Match code object so and so ZENM underscore ESP1. So when I execute this, here also I am getting the F4 values. Okay, understood. So this is the way to attach the search help. If you don't want that search help, if you want the F4 values to be local to this program, what you will do? We'll handle an event called as what? At selection screen on value request so and so, and then we'll call the function model. Now, am I clear to everyone? How to create the search help, how to attach the search help at data element level, and how to attach at what selection screen input level. So what is the addition we use? Match code object. Match code objects also. Any questions so far? Okay. Now, so we have an elementary search help. Okay. What is the elementary search help name? ZNM underscore ESP1. Now what I'll do is, one second. Yeah. I'm having another table. I'm having another table. Z web underscore team. Z web underscore team. It has got the same fields, EMP underscore ID, EMP underscore name. If I go to contents, do we have any records in this table? Yes, we are having some 3 records. We are having some 3 records in this particular table. Now what I'll do is, let me create one more elementary search help. I'll create one more elementary search help, ZENM underscore ESP2. Okay, ZENM underscore ESP2 create. Again, I'll go for what? Elementary search help. I'll give a short description. Elementary search help. Selection method. Selection method is nothing but what? A database table or a view or what? A database view or LP view. I'll give the second table. What is the second table? Z web underscore team. Z web underscore team. Means why I'm giving this table? Because I want the F4 values from this table only. Done. Z web underscore team. Done, 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 done. Yeah. Next, search help parameters. If you browse, it will show me the table fields. I'll choose EMP underscore name. Let me choose import, export one and what? One. Done. Let me save it. Check for the syntax. Activate this. Let me check whether this is working or not. When I execute this, yeah, it is working. Yeah, it is working. It is showing me the 3 values. Done. Okay. So I created what? 2 elementary search helps. This elementary search help 1 is created on top of which table? Z ABAP underscore team, and ESP2 is created on which table? Z web underscore team. Both are what? Elementary search helps. Now, yeah, if I go back to this program, so we understood how to attach the elementary search help. So my requirement now is when I press F4 now, when I press F4, I am getting the F4 values. Okay, we are getting only one set of values now, or in other way, I will say we are getting only one input path. We are getting only one input path. Okay, so what is my this input path is showing me how many values? 5 values. So I want two input paths. One input path has to show me 5 values. Another input path should show me the 3 values, which is part of the second search help. So if that is the requirement, what you will do, you will go for what? Collective search help. So when do we go for collective search help? Whenever you want to associate multiple input paths or multiple set of values, then we'll go for what? Collective search help. So let me go to SC11. Okay, I'll choose search help. I'll give the search help name as ZENM underscore CSP, some name, ZENM underscore CSP, create. What type of search help you want to create? Collective search help. So I'll choose collective search help, continue, provide the description. Right, I'm providing the description, collective search help, done. Again, we have a field called as search help exit. So again, this is related to enhancements. This will discuss in cross applications as and when required. So just park it aside. Right. So we're having what we are trying to create what collective search help, done. Then here, okay, yeah, it is asking me what search help parameter. Search help parameter. Okay, I can give anything here. I'll give that thing as uh, yeah, I'll give the name as something, search help parameter as something name. Anything you can give, I'm giving it as name. Then I'll choose import export data element. It will show many data elements. It will show many data elements. Let me open. I'll take this. Right, I'll give this date. This can be anything. I can give anything here. I can give ABC, PQ, or whatever it is. I'm giving a meaningful name. Okay, but this data element is what? Existing data element. It can be a standard data element or custom data element. Done. Okay, let me save it. When I do syntax check, yeah, I'm getting an error warning. What is that? Collective search help does not include a search help. So what is the meaning here? Collective search help is a collection of what? One or more elementary search helps. So now what you have to do is go to the tab what? Included search helps. Go to the tab included search help. Here I can include n number of what? Elementary search help. So what is the first elementary search help? ZENM underscore ESP1. Then my second search help is what? ZENM underscore ESP2. So what I am doing as part of this collective search help, I am including two elementary search helps. Let me check whether I'll get any syntax errors. Done. I'm getting some warnings. What is that? No parameter assigned, no parameter assignment maintained for included search help. Okay, so for this collective search help, what is the parameter I gave here? Some user defined name I gave. ABC, PQR, or in this case, I gave what? Name. Okay, I must link this. I must link this search help parameter. I must link the search help parameter with the included search help. So how do we link means? Choose this first entry, choose the first included elementary search help and click on what? Parameter assignment. Choose the first elementary, choose the first included search help and click on parameter assignment. Yeah, when I click on that, yeah. What is my collective search help parameter name? It is asking the reference parameter. If it browses, yeah, in that included elementary search shell, what is the parameter name? What is the search shell parameter name? EMP underscore name. So I need to link the parameter of elementary search help with the parameter of what? Collective search help. Done. Do the same thing for the second included elementary search help. Choose the entry, click on parameter assignment. This is my collective search help parameter. Browse this. Yeah, what is this? ZENM underscore ESP. What is the parameter name there also? EMP underscore name. Done. Let me save it. Check for the syntax error. Activate this. Okay. So now the collective search help is available. So once this is available, once this collective search help is available, I can attach this search help again at three levels. One is at a data element level, already we know how to attach. Then another is at selections input level, and another is at module pull program level. At this stage, we don't know how to develop the module program. We'll discuss that very soon. Done. So what I'll do now, this collective search help, I'll attach in my program. So this is elementary search help. So when I execute this, done, I'm getting only one input path. Now let me say, let me take this, I'll give it as something p underscore enm, type so and so, match code object. What is my collective search name? CSP. Done. So let me check it now. When I execute this, first one will provide only one set of values, only one input path. Now if you see the second one, when I browse this, yeah, good. We are getting what? Two input paths. What is this we are getting? Elementary search help. I got the elementary search help. This is one set of values. I'll choose Rahena. I got Rahena. Okay, I'll browse this. I'll choose the second tab. I'm getting what? Second set of values. So these values are populated from first include search help. These values are populated from second included what? Search help. So I got Tony. Done. Working fine. Am I clear? So like this, we can have multiple input paths. Okay, again the same collective search help. I can attach at data element level, either at selection screen input level, or at what? Module pull program level, module pull transaction level. So that we'll discuss very soon once we start the module program. Done. Any questions here? Monica, what is your question? Yeah, we'll discuss that. Whenever that concept comes, we'll discuss. Pooled and cluster tables. Once I am done with the buffering concept, I'll discuss that pooled and clusterable. Okay, it's only a theoretical discussion. Okay, it is of not of much of use, but anyhow, we'll discuss that. Any other questions related to this? Okay, so I'll just stop for today. Tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll focus on this part. What is that? Is in the search help only. Okay, for others, it is getting late. So we'll discuss this import export, and we'll see how to attach this search help at the module pull program level. We don't know how to develop that, but still we'll see a simple example how to attach the search help to the module pull program level. Then we'll be discussing what currency and what quantity fields, and after that buffering. After that we'll discuss pooled and what cluster tables. Any questions before I wind up, please ask. Chale then. So I'll wind off. We'll continue tomorrow.